We'll call the April 30th Investment Advisory Board meeting to order. Roll call, Treasurer Lamacusa here, Commissioner Hernandez,
Here.
Commissioner Bernard,
Here.
Commissioner Malloy is absent. Clerk of Courts Law is absent. That brings us to item 2, acceptance of the minutes of the January 29, 25 IAC organizational meeting and the regular meeting. Motion Hernandez, second Bernard.
Yes.
Roll call Hernandez.
Yes.
Bernard.
Yes.
Lamacusa, yes. That'll bring us to the review of the first quarter 2025 investment reports. That review will be handled by Chief Deputy Gearhart.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Morning.
Today, I have provided all of you at your desk a copy of the first quarter investment reports if you'd like to follow along with me. I am going to start with the transmittal letter. It's the first item in your packet on Sam's letterhead. It details the contents of the reporting package as well as who may have affected transactions on behalf of the investment authority for the period of the reports. I'm going to review and highlight all the different reports that are listed here. If you have any questions during this, please feel free to ask, and we'll also have time at the end. Now let's move over to the first report in your packet on page 1. It is a summary of investment balances for March of 2025. At the end of March, we had approximately $134.9 million invested. The reports that we're going to go over will focus on CDs and securities. So I'm going to take a moment to touch base with you on the Fed funds rate as well as the Star Ohio rate. These rates are not in your packet. To start with the Fed funds rate, which is set by the Federal Open Market Committee, they had a meeting in January and one in March, and they did not make any changes to the rate at that time. Their next meeting is next week on May 6th and 7th, and no changes are expected to be made at that point either, at least as of this week. There are possible decreases that may happen in June or going forward this year. The rate, which is expressed as a range, remains at 4.25% to 4.5%, where it was moved to in December of 2024. Now, with regards to Star Ohio, just to give you a little historical perspective over the last year, at the end of March of 24, it was at 5.47. At the end of June, it reduced slightly to 5.45. And at the end of September, it was at 5.08. Ending the year at the end of December at 4.60. With regards to this quarter, month by month, we have at the end of January, 4.53. At the end of February, 4.48, and at the end of March, 4.48%. And that's where it was as of Monday, but yesterday it went up a tiny bit to 4.49%. Now let's move over to page 2. This is our quarterly CD interest history. And as you can see, there were no CD interest payments posted. Page 3 is a quarterly security purchase report. And as you can see, Treasurer Lamacusa did not make any new investments in CDs during the quarter. Moving on to page 4 is our quarterly CD inventory report, and there were no transactions or balances to report. Now we're going to start with the first of our security reports, which is our security interest history on page 5. It shows that there were 18 payments processed by the Treasurer's Office during the quarter, giving an interest of $160,950. The low rate earned there was 0.58%, and the high rate was 4.85% on a security that was actually called in January. So unfortunately, we no longer have that one in our portfolio. Moving on to page 6, this is our quarterly security purchase report. And as you can see here, Treasurer Lamancusa invested in 3 different securities totaling $3 million. We had one that had a fixed rate of 4.55% with a term of 3 years. Another one with a fixed rate of 4.5% with a term of 3 years. And then the last one there has a fixed rate of 4.4% with a term of 2 years. Let's move on now to our quarterly security inventory report that is included on pages 7 to 10. As you can see, as normal at the top there in red bold font, we have the call and maturity activity that occurred during the quarter by month. So in January, we had 1 million that was called and 1 million mature. In February, we had 2 million mature, and then there was no call or maturity activity in the month of March. Then below that, you will see the outstanding securities are listed in order of maturity, and the new ones that Treasurer Lamancusa invested in are in bold green font. We actually had 2 items that matured in the month of April. One on April 1st that was a fixed rate at 0.71, and one on Monday of this week that was a fixed rate of 0.72. Now let's flip back to page 10. There's a nice little summary on the right-hand side of what happened with regards to securities. So we have the previous quarter balance had a book value of $39,250,000, and this was reduced by $1 million for a call and $3 million that matured. Then Treasurer Lamancusa invested in another $3 million, giving us a current book value of $38,250,000. The bar graph on the right there shows our maturity schedule. We have items that matured in April all the way out to 3.5 years. Page 11 is our interest versus fees comparison, and it shows that our total interest as of the end of March was $1,244,073.89. The budgeted interest revenue that we submitted back in the fall for 2025 was $4,422,435.61. The actual interest receipts that we have here reflect that we are currently on track to meet that budgeted interest. However, as you are aware, the economy is very volatile at this time, so we will continue to monitor and reevaluate our interest estimate as the year progresses, and then update you of any significant changes in our estimate at the meetings. Now let's move on to the last item in your packet. It is our Form 6 for March 31st, and this is a statement that the Treasurer's Office prepares every day. The front always reflects the receipts and disbursements, and then the second page there reflects where the balances are being held, including the investments that we reviewed. So this concludes the first quarter 2025 report. Do we have any questions? Okay, great. Pass it over to Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Motion's in order to accept the report.
Move.
Motion Bernard, second Hernandez. Roll call Bernard.
Yes.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Lamancusa, yes. That bring us to item number 4. Review of the investment policy. There's nothing to bring forward at this time. There's no need for change or issue with the investment policy at this time. That's always going to be on your agenda because unfortunately things are so volatile right now that we may have to take steps to address the investment policy as the year goes on. So that'll be there, but currently we're okay. Item 5, old business, I have none. Item 6, new business, we have none. We have no standing committees for report at this time. Public comment. We have none. A motion Hernandez to adjourn, second Bernard.
Yes.
Roll call Hernandez.
Yes.
Bernard.
Yes.
Lamancusa, yes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Another outstanding job.
Yes.
Mr.
Thank you,
Treasurer.
sir.